When a tech giant announces layoffs, it sends shockwaves through the industry. LinkedIn floods with condolences, profiles switch to #open-to-work, and dire predictions about the future of tech dominates conversations. But here's what most people are missing. These layoffs might just light the next innovation explosion. And if you're building a startup, this could be the opportunity you've been waiting for. Think about this. Some of the most innovative companies in history were born during the economic downturns. Why? Because when big companies contract, they don't just release employees, they release talent, dreams, and entrepreneurial spirit into the wild. Remember, these aren't just any employees, these are people who've been trained by the best companies in the world. They've seen how things work at scale. They understand systems, processes, and innovation at the highest level. And now they're looking for the next challenge. And a perfect example of this is the company Xerox. While you may know Xerox as a printer company, in the late 70s, they developed revolutionary technologies at their Palo Alto research center, including a graphical user interface and the computer mouse. However, Xerox failed to capitalize on these innovations. When a young Steve Jobs was invited to view their developments, he recognized the potential and used these ideas to help create the Macintosh computer. Xerox's inability to innovate beyond its core business allowed Jobs and Apple to dominate the global tech market. Major disruption often happens when established players are distracted. Right now, big tech is focused inward. Google, Meta, Amazon, they're all restructuring, reorganizing, or retreating from risky bets. And that's creating massive opportunity gaps in the market, gaps that nimble, hungry startups can fill. The tech ecosystem is experiencing a great redistribution. It's not only talent that's being redistributed, it's knowledge, experience, and capital. When big tech tightens its belt, resources don't disappear, they flow to new areas. Think about all those enterprise customers who suddenly need new solutions because big tech is cutting products. Think about the developers looking for new platforms because established ones are becoming too expensive. These aren't problems, they're startup opportunities in disguise. How? Well, companies cut costs by laying off talent, but that talent goes into the market with their new ideas. They join or even start new companies and often solve problems they couldn't address inside large corporations. When PayPal had layoffs in its early days, some of those employees went on to found LinkedIn, Yelp, Tesla. That's not a coincidence. And at the end of the day, you never know what's possible with more freedom. Now, startups have a unique edge. While big tech is moving slow and playing safe, startups can be fast and bold. Let's take a closer look at what happened between Blockbuster and Netflix as an example. In the early 2000s, Netflix, then a fledgling DVD rental by mail company, approached the biggest company in DVD rentals, Blockbuster, with an offer to sell their business for $50 million and were laughed out of the room. While Blockbuster continued to rely on its brick and mortar stores and the late fee model, Netflix embraced innovation, pivoting to a subscription-based service that later became online streaming. As consumer preferences shifted rapidly, Netflix grew exponentially while Blockbuster failed to adapt, eventually filing for bankruptcy in 2010. While big companies cut experimental projects, startups can take those risks. That's the point. We are seeing this happen again today. The game has changed, but it's changed in favor of the agile and the brave. David has the advantage over Goliath. Think about it. When was the last time you heard of a major innovation coming from a company in cost-cutting mode? Innovation doesn't stop during downturns, it just changes address. The most exciting part, these layoffs are creating what I call opportunity intersections, points where available talent meets unmet market needs. Every time a big tech company abandons a market or cuts a product line, they create a vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum, and markets, they absolutely hate them. Here's a counterintuitive truth. Some of the best funded startups were born during the downturns because investors don't stop investing during the tough times. They just get more selective. They look for founders who can do more with less, who understand real market needs, who have the skills and experience to execute. Take Airbnb, for example. They launched during 2008 economic crisis, a time when every industry, including hospitality, was struggling. But a small team saw an opportunity. They invited 3 people to stay in their San Francisco home. And from that simple idea, an entire industry was turned on its head. Airbnb empowered everyday people to become bed and breakfast hosts, creating a new way to earn extra income and redefining travel in the process. This is all part of a larger innovation cycle. Big companies optimize for efficiency until they become too rigid to innovate. Then new companies emerge to challenge them. It's not just business, it's evolution in action. Right now, someone watching this video is sitting on an idea that could become the next Airbnb or the next Apple. Maybe you're looking at the current tech landscape and seeing what big companies can't. If you're thinking about building something, Now might be your moment. While the others see layoffs, you might be seeing your future co-founder. While others seek uncertainty, you might be seeing your opportunity. Hit the subscribe to get our weekly insights on spotting these opportunities before everyone else does. Drop a comment below telling us what industry you think is ripe for disruption. I can't wait to read what you have. Thanks for watching and see you next time.